Welcome everyone to the Freestyle Cast. I am your host Matrix Lord 212 and I'm with David Aston.
Hello, everybody. I'm David Aston. Thank you to Joe, my good friend, from Staten Island, New York, just like Jimmy Porter from Seneca Falls, and Susan from originally from Chicago, 1929.
So it's early in the morning here. It's 8:41.
Is it? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. Sorry, Joe. You didn't mention that before. Sorry for waking you up.
Oh no, I was up actually. Sharon went out, and we're gonna be celebrating our 8-year anniversary today. So later when she gets back. So we're gonna probably get some dinner and stuff later, and you know. So I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been?
How come you're not married to the good lady?
Long story, but we'll talk about that off air.
Is it the male ego?
No, not at all. But how you been?
Well, I had a beard before, but I shaved it off.
That's good. It's good to shave.
To the viewers, I'm going to be honest. As soon as you say this,
You have a lot of things to look forward to. Okay, everybody could start anew and, reinvent
Yes, but
themselves always.
we've been here before. You've given me
So
advice
what?
before. Just
I'm not really giving you advice now. Now we're relaxed. You're alive. I'm here. We're talking about the future. You know.
that kindred business you mentioned earlier, that completely baffled me.
Yeah, the big thing in Spider-Man is this villain called Kindred, which has these centipede creatures with him, and he appears that he came from hell. And while in hell, he was in charge of it, I guess, some level of hell where Mysterio was at. Now, Mysterio, if you remember, had killed himself in the Daredevil comic, and
I didn't read that, but Mysterio, for those who don't know, is the one featured in Far Far From Home.
Right, Quentin Beck, right.
Mysterio, origins wise, the original Mysterio, from what I've read, was basically in a sort of carny show, sort of he was basically a magician.
Like a special effects. He was like a special effects movie.
Hence the big Hence
the dome, right?
the big dome, but
fishbowl,
which makes the whole twist in the film make perfect sense, because it's a bit of a bummer that he was a bad guy. It was a twist within a twist, wasn't it, really?
Right. Well, he always used his abilities to create special effects and illusions to steal money, and
he's not as good as Kang. I love Kang.
Kang the Conqueror.
Kang
the Conqueror.
I've got a whole bunch of original Secret Wars from 1985 figures. This is my favorite. He's my kind of Kang.
He's a time traveler from the future.
Yeah.
That is either related to Reed Richards or Doctor Doom or both.
Why didn't he? How come he wasn't in the Future Past film?
Well, he is going to be appearing in. I think it's either Ant-Man 3 or Loki series. Hello, Gary. How are you, sir? I'm just with David Aston. We're shooting the breeze. So the biggest thing is this top #1 villain now called Kindred for the past couple of years, who has basically been in the background messing around with Spider-Man's life through dreams and stuff. Spider-Man has seen him in his dreams, and now in reality, he has struck. He's been behind resurrecting the Sin Eater, from hell, pulled him out of hell, gave him some powers to mess with Spider-Man, and that didn't go over well. Almost broke Spider-Man again. Because if you remember, it was because of the Sin Eater that killed, he was a serial killer, and he killed a whole bunch of people. He killed Spider-Man's friends that really originally almost made Spider-Man snap back into what, the 70s, was it? I think.
Oh, no.
He killed Jean DeWolf and a whole bunch of people. Hello, Kip. How are you? So back in the day, Spider-Man almost snapped then. And this villain has been since Amazing Spider-Man #1, the new version, for a couple of years. And it turned out, spoilers everybody who didn't read it, but it turned out that Kindred is Harry Osborn. Now, you do remember that Harry Osborn died, and supposedly he went to hell.
He's the pervert. He's the pervert in one version of the thing where he banged he basically banged Peter Parker's Aunt May when she was a teenager.
What? No, he did not. Harry Osborn wasn't even around then.
No, that's what happens in one of the comics.
Maybe Norman Osborn.
Norman's
the Green Goblin.
Normal Osborn.
So yeah, the big thing, I might as well wear my hat for this.
I want to mention something that caught my eye the other day, Joe, which I want you to. Spider-Man hat. Oh, fuck that.
It might as well.
The advantages of living in fucking New York, you son of a bitch. You schmuck. Well, there was actually a report in something I read the other day on the internet, Joe, that said Jamie Foxx was going to be brought back.
Yes.
To sort of. Now, here's the thing. The Garfield Spider-Man, there was the bit where they had all that thing, some bloke with a hat walking past everything. That was the Sinister Six. Little hints. But that was Sony, I believe. But Sony, I think Marvel probably own all the copyrights. So,
here's the thing. Everybody has to watch.
Continuing the storyline that
everybody has to watch WandaVision in order for it to make sense. WandaVision is going to be on Disney Plus, and basically shows that she loses her effing mind because of Endgame, Infinity War.
I want to see the Sinister Six. And I want to see an entire series of this guy getting his own.
Well, that's what Phase 4 is about, probably. Kang the Conqueror.
Call it like Kang and Friends. Kang is a hunky time traveler, and he gets all the hot chicks. And it's like Friends. They have their own coffee shop, and it's Kang. Kang's like the Joey of the bunch.
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but Kang the Conqueror also had other identities as well. He was Rama-Tut when he was trapped in the past in Egypt.
He got mistaken for an Egyptian god, and then he just said, "Fuck it, I'll just endure it."
He was also the Scarlet Centurion.
Whoa.
He was also Immortus. And because he traveled so much in time, he kind of screwed up his own timeline where he wound up battling himself. So it became a thing where he was his worst enemy, his own worst enemy, where he battled Immortus, which is him. Kang the Conqueror versus Immortus had this war because they interfered with each other's timelines. It was the same person.
That's a theory I've always thought about. If you're a time traveler, the problem is viewers, bear with me. I know this is going to cause you a headache. See, this is David Aston talking almost like he's sober. I'm good at this sci-fi and stuff. So if you don't mind, Joe, I'm going to go on for a few minutes, not too many. The problem with time travel is by its very definition, every time you time travel, every time Doctor Who or the DeLorean, etc., or the 1960, the original 1960s version of the Time Machine film, you're polluting your time, the past or present.
Right.
But the thing is, like scientists say now, uh, time doesn't exist, so the past, present, and future is all the same thing. But staying on track, having a bit of beer.
Yeah, so he supposedly messed up the timeline so bad that created
I'm
multiple
finished.
timelines.
I'm finished. I'm finished. Basically, sorry, Joe. Don't mean to be rude. Um, I'm offended you, bro. That. Basically, you have to be careful if you're time traveling because there's so many variables. The amount of variables in logically, time travel, you can't. I mean, even if you know all the history of the area you go to or the time period you go to, logically, it's impossible to know how you're going to affect the past, present, or the past, present, future of the future of the past, present, future.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how to phrase that. And that's the problem. You're going to end up, like Joe said, the characters screw themselves because they don't realize cause and effect. But if time doesn't exist, then it's just a case of effect and cause or effect on the cause or something.
So
Fuck me,
here,
that was difficult to understand.
here, Nathaniel Richards is King the Conqueror, and he has had numerous identities. The Pharaoh Ramatut, okay, the Scarlet Centurion, the Mortis, Mr.
Oh.
Griffin, Iron Lad, so many different identities. Kid Immortus.
And he also, I remember he was a bloke who served me at he met about 10 years ago, he served me at a hot dog stand. And his name was Bob.
Ah,
Nice guy.
so he's been many different identities. Pretty damn cool. And I guess at some point in time, his plans to take over everything interfered with himself, where he crossed his timeline and became at odds with himself. I guess it's a complicated thing with Kang the Conqueror. So he's also been involved with the Avengers.
He's fighting
mostly.
So he technically created the very thing that led to the Avengers, and he's fighting. He created the reason why his future self will be fighting against him past self.
I guess see that was the thing where he interfered with his teenage self.
Oh yeah, I read that.
Right, and then the kid did not want to become evil and not want to become that, and then he had to erase his memory as a child, like as a teen or whatever, when he joined the Young Avengers to basically become Kang the Conqueror. Like, or else the timeline would have been in jeopardy.
Then it staggers, but if you erase a timeline, anybody's timeline, you wouldn't remember it, would you? Logically.
I mean, the thing is with time travel with Marvel, it's different compared to the MCU. Marvel and MCU different. I guess time rules of time travel. They established their own rules.
It's very simple, Joe. They're just making it up as they go along.
Maybe. I mean, the thing is that supposedly Marvel's new phase has to do with Kang the Conqueror. Loki series has to do with Kang the Conqueror. Wanda has a nervous breakdown because the Vision is dead, and her powers create sort of a House of M type of thing where the Vision's alive, and she is going to be responsible for pulling Electro out of Andrew Garfield's universe and bringing that Electro to our universe, which will probably start the whole Spider-Verse thing, where other Spider-Men from other universes come with Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and as well as the Sinister Six forming from different universes, probably.
There's tons of videos where Tobey Maguire gets inserted into new films, and it would be such. I mean, you'd have the bloody all these dimensions. You had the animated film, Spideyverse, or
that's gonna be a sequel, yeah.
I haven't seen it, but from what I've seen of the trade, is it really, really? It's just like the DC films, isn't it?
It's really great. But I was against it. My son Joe had to get me to watch it, and I was wrong. It was excellent. So, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is.
Thank you, Gary.
The thing is that. Oh boy. Something that actually gets me is mathematics and time travel. Oddly enough, I was on the. I made some comment on the. A minute, beg your pardon, viewers.
It's okay.
It's weird. I sort of subscribed to a Muslim lady, and out of the blue, I saw somebody talking about different dimensions and different realities and all that stuff, and she actually responded and I asked her about the seven. It's like in Islam they have seven different sort of levels of reality or something, and I've noticed that Christianity or sci-fi or any sort of human mindset, idea, theory is it has the same principle. So somewhere my mum's still alive.
That's
my
right.
brother's still alive. 9/11 never happened, and whoever did it can go up themselves.
Yeah.
And
there's multiple universes. Yes, they've established that is real. Scientists have.
The idea is, what interesting thing, I'm presuming she knew I was sort of white and non-Muslim, but she said, "Wow, go on a minute." She sort of
Well, lost your train of thought.
No, it's just I'm gonna think it. It's
okay.
See, the problem with me is I get moments when I go into I can't focus on the work I'm doing or whatever, but things like Joe and other people, I focus on them because they mean something, They save my ass. So what was I saying?
You had the discussion with that lady about dimensions.
Yeah. Every single religion, every single science, religion, Judaism, Muslims, Christianity, everything, even the most oldest science fiction principles have different levels of reality. They all have different versions. And the weird thing is, we have AI technology. Without being a bore, they had the first men on the moon. The first men on the moon. Everything is interconnected.
And what do you think about that with the moon?
I think science fiction, science fact, it's just a measure of. It's not a case that it can't happen. It's a case it will happen.
So you think they're going to have populations on the moon, like they're going to have bases on the moon, they're going to live on the moon in the future?
I believe, well, H.G. Wells predicted it. Yeah,
Right.
he didn't predict everything, but he predicted the principle. And within 100 years, we were on the moon, 1969. And the thing is, I say that a lot. The thing is, I think I wouldn't. Well, we already have the Besso thing. We also have the Elon Musk.
Right. And also, they want to have the Space Force, where they, that's another division of the military that was established.
As soon as we get on it, I'm going on and on. Oh, I'm a good theorist. See, if I was in comments all the time, I'd be like you, Joe.
Well, we love sci-fi.
It's better than drugs, isn't it?
That's right. Anything's better than that. Absolutely. So today looks like it's going to be a nice day over here. It's been rainy the past couple of days. And now today's my full day off, so I'm happy about that. So it's just going to be about me and Sharon today.
Yeah.
No, we don't get to see each other that much. That's because we're both working all the time. It's in and out. We see each other in and out. So today is our day to be together. And, maybe I was thinking about ordering that movie with Sylvester McCoy, the horror movie that he's in, with Maisie Williams, called The Owners. We might watch that.
Sylvester McCoy did a horror movie.
Yes. In fact, he's called the Doctor in this horror movie, and he's evil. So I'm dying to see that. I might rent that today because we love horror movies too. So we might watch that and then get dinner. I haven't decided when I'm going to get dinner yet either. Probably get some penny vodka or something. We'll see.
Awesome.
Tomorrow's work. So, yeah, I had written a new manuscript, but I did not. Yes, Gary, that's the whole point. Got to see that movie because Sylvester McCoy being in a horror movie, absolutely, and especially that he's called the Doctor, absolutely. Got to see that. So, what was I saying?
Oh, actually, speaking of Doctor Who, we haven't spoken about Doctor Who.
I know it's not on air right now.
Is this your day off then?
Yeah, today's my day off.
Let's talk for a bit longer.
Sharon's not back yet anyway, so we have to do things too. When I get my check, we have to cash it, pay my bills.
You could have Sharon on. She could say what.
She's not here. She's out with her friends right now. So, but Doctor Who comes back with the Revolution of the Daleks. Hopefully, that's good. The Doctor's in prison.
What do you think of the Time Lord Victorious thing? Because that's a
I think it's a cash grab. I think it's just a gimmick for them to make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it really has no, it's just created by, there's nobody writing it. I don't think that's been Doctor Who writers. I think it's like newbies or something. And it's just so many different things. But in the end, where would it get you? Nowhere. It's going to be canceled out. So none of it happened.
To the comments, I would like you to say that David Aston is one awesome guy, okay?
Of course, David Aston.
Because he is.
Well, maybe it's not being plugged because...
Do you think that was a crash grab? Do you think it was... have you heard any of his stories? Because I haven't. Do you think it's... as in terms of narrative and sort of build... like a sort of... a multi-platform story spread across the ages, as it were. You think it's Surely,
I mean, you know what? I can't say anything if I didn't get it. I mean, just the outside looking in, but it just seems to me they keep using David Tennant a lot for everything as the Doctor.
yeah.
And even now, in the comic books, they pair up Jodie Whittaker's Doctor in the comics with David Tennant all the time. And I'm like, why can't she just be by herself? Why does she need David Tennant's Doctor to be popular in the comics?
Because
Like,
nobody wants to buy her. That's why.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. They got to make it interesting with her, like in the comics, where she doesn't need a 10 Doctor every single moment.
I thought that as well, Joe.
They've never done that though. They've never used.
It was David Tennant, David Tennant, David Tennant, David Tennant, and I kind of. Here's the thing, though. David Tennant is the one who's going to get the most money in there. Basically.
Yeah, but here's the thing: it's never been where a Doctor needed another Doctor to get views or be popular, and I just feel that they're oversaturating the market with David Tennant's Doctor, and I really feel for Jodie because how could she stand on her own if she's constantly needing David Tennant in the comics, David Tennant with this? She doesn't have David Tennant in her series yet, but I feel that that's coming. I feel that that's definitely coming. I feel that the 10th Doctor will definitely appear at some point in time with Jodie in the series.
I don't understand why the BBC didn't just have.
He's busy. He can't return as a Doctor. He's got all these different things he does. He could do the audio. I mean, he has a season with River now in the audios. He has another one.
If they can do it with, if Big Finish could do it, then why can't they do it in the BBC? They got more money.
He's probably going to appear.
That's bullshit. No, that's not directed towards you. That's directed to the BBC. But I mean, this is the truth. For God knows how many years, the Big Finish producers, Nick Briggs, etc., have been producing the type of Doctor Who, utilizing the history of the characters, the narratives, the universe, just like Star Trek or Marvel universe, which, and yet we're just a bunch of cheapskate cunts. And there goes the rating.
As far as the Time Lord Victorious goes, while I admit that it's probably a cash grab, I will probably give in to that cash grab, Gary. I probably at some point in time, the only reason I didn't get it already is because it's sold out and I missed it because I was working and I wasn't there on Comic Book Day when they had it. But I probably will buy it if I come across it, and probably collect the whole damn thing. Even though I know it's a cash grab, I do miss the time when David Tennant was the Doctor, and I am not crazy about stuff going on now.
It does have the non-Doctor.
Yeah, it has a lot of Doctors actually. It has the 8th Doctor.
Chris Eccleston is actually appearing here.
I'm not here to bash Doctor Who. I'm just here to say that. How can I say it without coming off as negative? I will watch Doctor Who because I love Doctor Who, but I'm not crazy about what's happening on in the latest Doctor Who. How about that?
Well, to be fair to the BBC and others, and everyone, and when I say everyone, viewers, I mean everyone, everything has gone to pot.
Right. I'm not going to bash anybody, but I'm not crazy about what's happening lately. I feel that
I had a thought the other day, actually. I don't think ourselves, yourself, Joe, and my generation, and the last 3-4 generations or whatever, we haven't had this sort of bullshit since World War II, really.
What?
Well, just the the dickhead coronavirus.
Oh God, there we go. All right,
That
that really kind of put the dampener on everything, didn't it? I mean, poor New York is kind of messed up. A lot of thousands and thousands and thousands of businesses out of business, closed, restaurants. The very foundation of New York, all this stuff is changing because of that. And people are paranoid now also, and then there's good reason to be paranoid, but then people either go overboard or they go totally against the safety guidelines. And it's not, everybody's not the same. It's, it's a real thing. And I don't think that people understand that unless they lose somebody to it, which,
yes.
Hi, John, how are you? And again, everybody's like, it's no big deal until it actually happens to them. And then they're like, oh my God, because
exactly.
It's not right. So I recognize that it's a serious thing. I'm lucky that being on the front lines, working 6 days a week with tons of people, in a place that supplies medicine and stuff, I'm lucky that I didn't get it. But then again, I've been taking precautions, wearing masks. We had gloves too. Now it's just masks. They were having us wear gloves to a point, but then they realized that having gloves makes it where you have more infectious things on you that stays on you. So now it's just the masks. But you got to be careful out there. And I also have problems with breathing, having it on way too long, like 10, 12 hours a day. And it really bothers me. And when I'm home, I'm so grateful to be home to breathe that I don't want to go back out where I have to put the mask on again. And that's another problem because a lot of places were closed, a lot of places this. And if you're walking out in the street, technically you're allowed to not have the mask on because it's the air.
I can't imagine
they have outdoor dining.
Street in New York.
Right,
that'd be the best thing ever. But
I mean, they have outdoor dining, so people are not wearing masks outdoors when they're eating or when they're walking. But if you see somebody coming up to you, you have to put the mask on.
Yeah, the problem is, I'm going to say this to all the viewers. How many views do we have?
It's early in the morning. We only have a few. So 4. We're 4, right? Because it's early. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, John, Gary, Kip.
No, seriously though. I had a panic attack more than once.
Really?
And I was in Morrison's across the road and had the mask on, and just buying a pizza and other unhealthy stuff.
Pizza's great.
Pizza is always great.
That's right.
Pizza is the solution and the
That's
answer.
Right. That's yes.
They say Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said the answer to the universe and everything was 42, but it's not. It's pizza.
Pizza solves everything. Creates world peace.
World peace, yeah.
That's right. Pizza. You need a good slice of pizza.
Well, it's just it's not just that.
They have a ravioli slice now. Do you see that?
Pardon?
A ravioli slice.
Ravioli slice.
Ravioli. I saw that the other day. I'm like, I gotta have that.
Right. Give me about. Could you afford 20,000 quid so I can go to New York or something?
There you go. They had this place. They have the ziti slice. And let me tell you something. The ziti slice is so heavy. You really need 2 hands to eat the ziti slice. And you can't even hold. The ziti will fall right off. It's a really heavy thing. It's also expensive and it's good. But a ravioli slice, that I might have to travel to get. But I can't travel now because the thing is that probably get killed if you travel now in New York City. But crime is like Gotham City without Batman, supposedly. So, you know. You know what? We say that, John, right? But when we taste it, that's another thing entirely. If it tastes amazing, John, then we will accept ravioli with pizza, you know? I thought that with ziti. Now, of course, I love pasta also. And when I had the ziti slice, you can only have one slice because it's so thick and whatever. My God, bro. My God. It was amazing. Amazing.
Pizza's eternal, John. You can have anything on it. You could have Marmite and even Vegemite.
Well, I don't know about pineapple, but I'm not a pineapple pizza person. I don't believe in that. But ravioli, that is something I gotta have that slice at some point in time. So yeah, I actually tried to have 2 ziti slices, and that was bad because it was so much. Oh, I was getting, what was I getting? It was like acid reflux or heartburn or whatever. It was just so much. One slice. That's it for ziti slice. You know.
How's the I've heard of business going down the toilet locally, but in terms of, like you said before, Joe, New York is a way bigger place than I've ever been to.
Yeah.
And like that video did before, sort of about the your favourite pizzeria, and next door was a bloody pizza opening up.
Yes, I do want to talk about that. Thank you. The guys that were in The Sopranos, that were the pizza, pizza man from The Sopranos.
One second. See, that proves we're brothers from another ocean. We can connect. Right.
So, like, they had pizzerias in, I guess, Brooklyn and stuff. They opened up a pizza here on where I live, and I guess the landlord did something unthinkable or whatever, because there was a jewelry place next to them that they left. Now, with the coronavirus, I guess jewelers are not doing that well, obviously, because nobody's going out to buy jewelry. So they closed the whole thing down, and they opened up a Domino's Pizza right next to Giacomo's Pizza, right, like seconds away, like connected. And that's kind of messed up because it's an unwritten rule that, if you have a pizzeria, obviously you don't open up another pizzeria next to it. That's kind of, messed up. So they left, and another pizza
places, that traditional, long-lived place that you went to, corporate places are when the ingredients are substandard. They're sort of, by definition, they're doing everything sort of, in a fast food mentality. Would you agree with that at all, or you think I'm talking bollocks? Or
I mean, Domino's Pizza is okay, here's the thing. Domino's Pizza is not real pizza because it's sort of like a commercial fast food. Like,
no
if you need to, I love Domino's, but it's sort of like
to the staff who live and work in that sort of environment, but from a customer point of view, so go on, Joe.
Yeah, the Domino's Pizza is fast. Like, if you need something really, really fast for parties, whatever, Domino's Pizza, right? Like, it takes longer to make a real pizza than Domino's Pizza. But Domino's Pizza is still good. Like, you have to have a taste for it. So, but to open it up next to a real pizzeria is sort of a massive, massive disrespect. And obviously, Domino's Pizza didn't care about that. So I guess Giacomo's Pizza, they left because they said this is not right. It's, having another pizzeria next to us. We never signed on for this. Maybe. I don't know. I never got to talk to them because I ate there. And then in a blink of an eye, they were gone. And I'm like, wait, when did this show up? So another pizza place is taking the challenge of, being right next to Domino's. And, ultimately, if the pizza's, it sucks that you would have to compete and work harder now, but it's up to you if you want to do that. And this pizza place, it was good. So, like, they're working hard. And I had them, twice this week, maybe actually more than twice this week, a few times this week. I think I probably had it every day except for yesterday. So I love pizza, don't get me wrong. And I would have it every single day if I could. So, Yeah, exactly. It's not pizza. Yes.
Yeah, pizza every single day. That is most.
Yeah, you know what, Gary? That's the thing. Maybe I had the wrong thumbnail I created for the donut thing, because I always show the outside of the donut. I didn't show the inside of the donut, but I saved the best for last with the last episode of the season finale of the donut lesson. It was the most expensive.
What's your favorite donut? The one donut that is
the most expensive donuts. $5 for one donut.
Not
Rainbow cookie donut.
Joe, not the most expensive donut, but
honey dipped.
Which donut has been the best one quality wise?
For me personally, honey dip donut.
Yeah.
Honey dip is my favorite. But here's the thing, fast food could be good. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad if it's fast food, because we wouldn't be getting it if it wasn't good. It's just that it's not real pizza. Like, you don't really put the fresh ingredients, and you don't really put your all into it. It's just like, here it is, blah blah blah, it's done, whatever. But it's still good. Like, that's the thing. It's not great. I mean, it's still good. But, I've been having so much pizza lately. I don't know about today's. Not going to be about pizza, obviously. It's just.
Oh God, I have to buy for one now.
What, pizza? Because I'm talking about it.
Oh God.
You want to see a picture?
Can you send me a piece? You can send me some money through PayPal for a pizza. PayPal.
How much you need? Well, like a slice or two, you mean?
10 quid.
What does that mean to me? What is 10 quid? Hi, Connie. Let's get David Aston a pizza fund. What's your PayPal? We'll put it on here. We'll give you a pizza fund. We'll contribute to David Aston's pizza fund. What's your PayPal?
I don't know what my PayPal is.
So how can I send it to you then? How can I send you money to get pizza if you don't have a PayPal?
Discuss it later date.
Get me the link to your PayPal.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, you can do it later. That's fine. I sent you a picture of the ravioli slice.
You're trying to make me put on weight, aren't you?
You just said you wanted money for pizza. How can I give it to you if I don't know your PayPal?
Is there this?
Are you joking around, you mean?
No, I'm not joking around or anything.
So give me a friggin' PayPal. I don't really have that much money on my PayPal, but if I have enough to get you a slice or two, okay. What'd you say, 10 quid? What is that American dollars, Gary?
I think that's 12 quid or something.
12 quid is what? I don't know what that means, man. Hold on.
$10 quid.
12 quid. Okay, hold on. Oh, that's $15.65. Or like maybe $16. So you want enough for a pie, but I don't have enough on my I didn't get paid yet. I don't have enough on my PayPal to get you a pie. I could probably get you a slice or two. Oh, it's $10, Gary? Oh. It says
Joe, would you mind sending me some strippers as well? It's frozen up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to say. I shall take over the show for a few minutes or whatever it is. Thank you to Gary and many other people. Connie, thank you for coming on to the show and yeah. Yeah.